Many Wisconsin school districts are redoing the math they use to determine what to pay their teachers. It's a result of Act 10, legislation that passed back in 2011. And the West Salem School District already made some changes, and several other local districts are in the process of figuring out what they'll be doing as well. So in tonight's Assignment Education Report, Lisa Klein looks at what this means for teachers, schools, and their students.
As a young teacher coming in, my first year was the year that Act 10 was passed. So it was intense.
The 2011 legislation limits collective bargaining, allowing school districts to change how they are paying teachers.
We are reducing aid to local governments.
And because state funding to schools has been cut, districts also have to look at how much they are paying teachers.
Anytime you're trying to cut up a pie and give it to people, and all of a sudden somebody comes in like the governor and shrinks that pie up, then more pressure is put on about who's getting what piece and how you're going to distribute that.
Under Act 10, unions can negotiate with districts only on base wages up to the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, which is the rate of inflation.
What Scott Walker did is he didn't just take away money from schools, but he also implemented sort of a freeze on what districts were able to do for their teachers. And he said that, the only guaranteed raise would be the CPI. Which this year I think was going to come in at less than 0.2%, which is just ridiculous.
In Onalaska, that would equal a $43 annual increase for a first-year teacher and about a $90 increase for someone with a master's degree and 15 years experience.
If we were going to give the CPI on the base this year, just the base, it would only be $11,200 for the 240 teachers.
If a district wants to give a raise above the CPI, Act 10 does allow for supplemental pay, which has to come from a district's existing budget.
So where does that money come from? If you don't get increases from the state like we have in the past, which covered, like this year we had zero, right? So what we did was we had to cut other programs.
For the past 4 years, the existing teacher salary schedule in Onalaska has been frozen, with the exception of annual CPI raises. The district is currently working on creating a new way to pay teachers to remove the freeze on salaries. The West Salem School District has already been through this process.
We just completed our second year on the new model.
They are the only district in La Crosse County that has already implemented a new teacher salary schedule.
The teachers have to be at the table because it has to be meaningful to them.
The district developed their new salary schedule after researching other models with the help of former union negotiators.
We want to create a system where they see that they can have a career here, that the pay will progress enough to make it a life's work, and that they have some control over that.
One big change with the new teacher salary model in West Salem is it no longer gives pay raises to teachers for years worked in the district. Some fear this change could make it hard for districts to retain teachers.
When you see greater turnover in the classroom, that's difficult in a school to maintain the consistency for students, to maintain consistency within a staff, and I'm not sure we know really what that impact is currently.
If we're not prepared to compensate teachers adequately, we're going to be in a world of hurt.
The Wisconsin Superintendent of Public Instruction says he hopes lawmakers are paying attention to the effects of this legislation.
Act 10 has had one interesting, yet I think harmful effect, is that school districts are poaching teachers from each other all across the state of Wisconsin. So that's already happening, even without changing salary schedules.
West Salem does not know the effects of the changes they've made to their salary schedules yet, but the superintendent says they worked hard to develop a plan that gives teachers control of their career. In return, he hopes the district will see a greater impact on student learning.
I'd like to tell you it's perfect. I think it's a 10-year project, and we're 3 years into it, so we've got lots of work to do.
And the work continues in Onalaska as they explore how to change the teacher's salary schedule in their district to fit today's budget, with two big considerations.
Retain and attract new staff members, but the other thing was we wanted to ensure that whatever we did helped increase student achievement.
For this Onalaska school teacher, he hopes the district's new pay schedule will treat teachers as individuals and reward them for the work already being done in the classroom.
I feel like our district has been cleaning up the mess from Madison for 5 years now. and has done an awesome job. We have beautiful schools, we have great ACT scores, high graduation rates, a blue ribbon high school. Onalaska hasn't pouted in the corner after Act 10, but moving forward, we need to make sure that with those new buildings and those test scores that we keep all the good teachers that help make all that happen.
In La Crosse County, Lisa Klein, News 8.
The Onalaska School District is currently working on a strategic plan when it comes to how to pay teachers in the future, and Onalaska is not alone. Here's a look at how other school districts throughout La Crosse County plan to move forward. Holman is also studying other teacher pay models. Bangor will begin the process next school year, and the La Crosse School District has not yet started the process of developing a new teacher pay schedule, although the superintendent believes that changes are inevitable. The La Crosse District plans to wait to study the long-term effects of some of the new models that are being implemented.